Hello everybody. Today we are continuing looking at chapter 11 and we're looking at surface area of prisms and cylinders. Know that your book does not go into surface area here, so we are looking at like a section from another book. So if things look a little different, then that's why. So what we're looking at is when we're looking at surface area, basically what surface area is I take the area of every single side and I add them all together. That's all surface area is. It's just the area of all the faces of your figure. All right. Lateral area is the area of all of the lateral faces put together. So like in this figure, they've got this is the base. So this is my base. So top and bottom are my bases. The lateral area is going to be the area of the left side, the front, the right, and the back. All four of those faces added together. Then when I do surface area, I'm going to take that lateral area and add in the two bases. Okay, so that top and bottom. So that's where my surface area formula comes from. It's the lateral area plus 2 times area of the base, because since we're looking at prisms and we're going to be looking at cylinders, they have two bases. So all of what we're adding here is going to be 2 times the area of the base. Now, for our lateral area, if we were to like cut this along the edges and lay it out flat, we'd have one big long rectangle with the length of one side being the perimeter of the base and the height of it being the height of the prism. So one thing I want you to add in here, we're going to change this to a capital P because we have capital B is perimeter of the base, capital P is going to be perimeter of, or capital B is area of the base, capital P is perimeter of the base. I'm not sure what I just said. So we're going to use a capital P instead of a lowercase p. Again, this comes from an older book, so that's probably why. All right, same thing here with lateral and surface areas for a cylinder. It's going to be lateral area is perimeter of the base, which is circumference. So circumference is 2 pi r times the height of the cylinder. So 2 pi r h is going to be our lateral area. Then we're going to add in 2 times the area of the base. Well, the area of the base is pi r squared, so it's 2 times pi r squared. So our cylinder is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Please know that none of the surface area formulas are on your reference sheet. You do need to memorize them. So let's take a look at what we're doing here. We want to know what the lateral area and the surface area is of the prism using the shaded side as the base. So this is going to be my base. So my lateral area is perimeter of the base times height. So my perimeter of the base is going to be the sum all the way around. So 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 5. All right? So the perimeter of my base is going to be 18. So then my lateral area is perimeter of the base times height of the prism. So my perimeter is 18, and the height of the prism, remember, is the distance between the bases. Here's the other base over here. Okay, so the distance between the two bases is 10. So my lateral area is going to be 180 centimeters squared because we are back to area. All right. Now, my surface area is going to be lateral area plus 2 times area of the base. Okay, so I'm going to need my area of the base. Since it's a rectangle, it's just base times height, so 4 times 5. So the area of my base is going to be 20. So my surface area is my lateral area, which is 180, plus 2 times area of the base, and my area of the base is 20. So this is going to be 180 plus 40. So my surface area is going to be 220. And again, it's area, so it's centimeters squared. So there's how we find our lateral and our surface area. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, if it helps you, shade your base. This right here is the base of my prism. Okay, so I'm going to need perimeter of the base, and I'm going to need area of the base. So the perimeter of the base is just all the sides added together. Well, this is 10, so I know that this is 10, this is 7, so this is 7. So it's going to be 10 plus 9 plus 7. So then my perimeter of my base is 26. All right, my area of my base is going to be 1/2 base times height because my base shape is a triangle. So 1/2 the base of the triangle is going to be this side because remember, the height and the base must be perpendicular. So this piece here is perpendicular to this piece here. So these are your base and your height. So my base is 7 and my height is 8.7. So that the area of my base is going to be 30.45. Now we can come over here for lateral area is perimeter of the base times the height. So the perimeter of my base we said was 26. The height of the prism is right here, that is 8. And that is going to give me that my lateral area is 208 inches squared. And then again for my surface area, it is lateral area plus 2 times area of the base. So my surface area is 208 plus 2 times 30.45. And when I calculate all that out, I'm going to get 268.9. And again, our unit is inches squared because again, we're still in area. So remember, area is squared, volume is cubed. Okay, let's take a look at another one now. Let's kind of look at a cylinder. So with a cylinder, I have my radius of the base is 6. So my radius is 6. My height is 15. All right, I want to know the lateral and surface area. So lateral area, remember, was perimeter of the base times height. Well, perimeter of the base is circumference. So it's 2 pi r times height. So it's going to be 2 times 6 times 15 times pi. We want this in terms of pi, which means we do not put pi in our calculator. We only put this piece in our calculator. So 2 times 6 times 15 is going to give me 180. So this is 180 pi centimeters squared. Then my surface area is my lateral area, which is my 2 pi RH, plus 2 times area of the base, and area of the base is pi r squared. So 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. We already know that 2 pi RH is 180 pi, plus 2, again, my radius is 6. Okay, so this is going to give me 180 pi. 6 squared is 36. Oh, I didn't write pi. Hold on. So 36 times 2 is 72. So this is going to be plus 72 pi over here. So my surface area in terms of pi is going to be 252 pi centimeters squared. All right. Let's look at another one. All right, same thing. Lateral area is going to be 2 pi RH. And surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. And again, you need to memorize these formulas because it's not on your reference sheet. Okay, so I know that the height of my cylinder is 14. Okay, the radius is going to be 5 because my diameter is 10. Remember, again, when they draw in that whole diameter, most of the time that is what they're giving you. So then from here, all we have to do is plug in. So my radius is 5, my height is 14 times pi. So 2 times 5 is 10, times 14 is 140. So this is going to be 140 pi inches squared because, again, we want things in terms of pi. So my 2 pi RH we just found was 140 pi. 2 times my radius, which is 5 squared. 5 squared is 25, times 2 is 50. So we're going to have 140 pi plus 50 pi, which is going to give me a total of 190 pi. And again, we are in inches squared. All right, we have one more example here. We have that a soup can is 4.5 inches high, and a soup can is going to be a cylinder, so we know that my height is going to be 4.5. All we're going to need now is my radius, okay? We're told we have a diameter of 3, so it's going to be 3 divided by 2, or 1.5. Now, I want to know how much paper is needed to make a label that will completely cover the sides of the can without overlap. Okay, well, if we are covering the sides of the can, they did not include the bases. Okay, so the only thing that we're looking at here is just that distance around the side. So that means that I'm searching for lateral area only. Okay, I don't need to add in the area of those two bases because I am not covering them with a label. So my lateral area formula is 2 pi RH. And we're going to do 2 times my radius, which is 1.5, times my height, which is 4.5, times pi. And we're going to take this to 13.5 pi. And then I went ahead and added in your directions in your notes. I forgot to add it into here, but in the directions in your notes, I added to the nearest tenth. Because we typically, when we're looking at how much paper do you need, we're not going to say 13.5 pi inches squared. Okay, we're going to say 42.4 inches squared. So a lot of times some of your word problems and your applicable problems, your application problems, are going to say go ahead and take it to nearest tenth, because that's typically the way that we work with numbers in the real life situations. So that's all we've got for today. So go ahead, and if you have any questions, make sure you make a note of them somewhere on your paper, and then make sure you ask those questions when I see you in class. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all later. Bye.